Getting Out There podcast. Anthony here, your host, and it's coming up to Christmas time. Yay. It's the time when you got to find presents and go, shit, what do they want? What do I need? What do the kids need? I thought I'd record this on a Monday, on Cyber Monday as they call it, after the Black Friday sales, which is all complete crap because you go to the likes of Anaconda, BCF, and all your favourite retailers, bar a few, and just say, example, they have something on sale, say their drawers that are normally, quote, $4.99 down to $350 on an everyday special if you become a member of their club. And then all of a sudden on Black Friday, they still advertise as half price at the same price. The only difference is you probably don't have to become a member, but they'll still suck you in for a membership. Really, it's just your signature, your email and stuff for marketing purposes and quite better deals. But really, all the prices are always the same. You don't, as I said, there's a couple of retailers where they really stand out and go, right, you buy that once a year. You can hold off that once a year to buy that item. A lot of the items I was looking at, an example, a 270 awning. Not going to name a brand, but they're advertising it on sale and dispatch for early December. I actually called them up and asked them. I said, "Hey, listen, I'm looking at ordering this, but you've got a new one coming out. Are you releasing new design as per the release you've done on socials, or am I getting the older design? And number two, when is actual dispatch?" And they said to me, "Oh yeah, I think we're getting that particular awning. It's just going to be the same design as per normal. But I'm not too sure yet on this batch." Well, how the fuck do you not know what's in the container? Don't you know what part numbers? Don't you have someone confirming what's in there? Like, seriously, I know it's come from China to Australia, like most stuff does, but... And then the second question, when is it getting dispatched? Well, we've got a back order from September. We're going to fulfill those orders, so maybe before Christmas. Maybe. What's the confidence in that in a brand? One that stands out, particular people use it. Bushwhacker, sorry, yep, here we go, just said it. But, how can you sell an item that you don't know you can't get before Christmas and advertise to everybody you're getting it? And even their stockists who sell it, or resellers, are saying, "Oh yeah, it'll be here before, we have it in stock." Then you look in the comments, "We don't know when we're getting stock." Why are you paying the algorithm to show you got it in stock, and then if you go down deep, you don't? It's total shit. It's bullshit. And the consumer, you probably won't get it to mid-January. You don't know. There goes your Christmas season going away that you potentially thought you were going to have an awning. You spent good money on, not to mention $150 for freight, or some company $62. But really, you're spending that much money on an awning. You want it to be delivered when it's going to be, and you want to know what fabric they're using, what design they're using. Could it be the new design that they advertised, or the new fabric? You don't know. I just find it quite odd that you can't confirm it. So that was a no for me. That's an insight for yourselves: is do your research, make sure you're getting what you're getting. There's always these quite game changer ideas, or one influencer will have that design that they're R&Ding, and you really actually just got to call them up and ask them. And it's also a good test to call them up and ask them, because some of them don't answer the phone. You get a voicemail and you never hear back from them. You put a DM in their Insta that you don't ever get back to. If you invest in a massive item like that and you don't get a phone call, you can't even get someone on the phone. And then they advertise and pay big companies to advertise their equipment using it on their YouTube channels. And then all of a sudden, you can't get the service. I'm not saying Bushwhacker. I'm saying a lot of brands. Like, it's total shit. So make sure you do research. Make sure someone's on the phone. Make sure they've got spare parts in the country. Because something breaks, it's, you pay for it. So, rant over. And when they say freestanding 270 awning, I don't believe there is a pure 270 standing awning. Every awning requires at least a leg if you're going to keep it up in heavy rain or heavy wind. Canvas gets heavy. It's not the actual structure of the awning that will fail. It's what's holding it to the vehicle, to the bracket. I mean, the bracket's holding onto the car rack that will fail. It's how it's mounted. If it's not mounted right, it will fail in the wind and rain. If you're using, say, a Rhino rack that's not rated to a particular weight for the awning, it's not the awning can be 30 kilos, but with rain and wind, it factors in a lot more weight. And how it's actually mounted to the vehicle is very important because that that will be the major test. The frame will stay, but the brackets may fail. So make sure you get good brackets. I've worked for a company that made fantastic products. Even they recommended a pole if you're going to put walls up because it's a lot of weight, not just for the awning, but for the vehicle as well. So, always be prepared to have a couple of awning poles when you're looking 270 awning, but I'll dabble into that a little bit further when I'm testing my own. I'm not saying where or when, but you'll see and you'll hear. So moving on to Christmas gifts ideas. I thought I'd start with gifts for your kids for when you're going outdoors. And this is stuff I've bought. This is stuff I've seen people buy, and it's been successful. I'll put some, and I've got a list here that I've got, and I can actually say it's good. I've bought some of those just like camping cups for make hot chocolates in and putting your drinks in from Kmart. They were like $2. Good stocking filler. You can find them anywhere. Even little knick-knack toys like a bubble machine, all these toys that you sort of pull the cord and the propels like a helicopter propeller. They're fun to do. Like they entertain the kids outside for hours, and taking turns with their friends, see how high they get, how far they can chase it. Just of course watch caravan sites because they've got roads. They were like $2-3 toys you could fill in a stocking. It's really easy to do. Throw balls like those like the American footballs with the tail, like the torpedo ones with the whistles in it. They're grass fun. Even just a couple of tennis balls and a couple of footies. Anything you can throw, kick, and play with their friends. Frisbees are a good idea. This year I bought my kids a Yeti drink bottle, and we filled it with cold water and ice before we went away. And in the morning it was still tingling, and it was mid-20s and overnight. So that was the Yeti bottles at BCF at Tent World. They're about $50 for the 550ml, but they don't leak. They're double insulated. They're strong. They're easy for kids. My kids are tiny. They're 7, and they manage them very well, including for when we go out for day trips at home. I highly recommend those bottles. Even the Anaconda one that sell Camelbacks, they're good, but I found the Yeti ones to be a bit better structurally with the straw. They actually close. They don't leak. And you can actually pull it all apart, clean it, disinfect it, and put it back together. Bigger items you can think about, if you're looking into it, is sleeping bags. Even King sell a decent sleeping bag for kids. I've got Coleman ones from Tent World, the kid ones, but they're probably made for smaller kids. They'll probably grow out of them fast, but for now they're doing the job. They're rated to -5, and we've camped in 5 degrees, so really a -5 sleeping bag is technically, you wouldn't want to go -5 in it without more blankets or more warmth. It's probably perfect for those, 2-3 degree or 5 degree mornings out. When we went to Paradise Valley, they were still warm, so that was quite successful. I use my big tent to do some muck around camping in the kids or a swag, but even just buying a tent off Marketplace, like a small Coleman 2-man instant tent, even from Anaconda or BCF, something to set up in the backyard just to play in, set up in the lounge room to sleep in overnight, or set up in the backyard to sleep overnight. The backyard sleepover tents are great because you sort of practice how you're going to go when you go on the great outdoors. Gives them a bit of a taste, and it's a bit of fun, novelty, especially with the summer holidays coming up and some nice nights to do so. It's good fun, and even go and camp out with them in the backyard and enjoy some memories. I've done that a few times, and I look forward to summer to do that again. A head torch and torches, especially for camping. They can read their books. They can go explore. When you have to go to the loo in the middle of the night, they always got a torch. The head torch is great because kids, they get distracted and they got something in their hand, especially reading a book. It's a novelty for them, and they start using it at home, and it's a bit of fun. So head torches, I've got the lead lens, the ones you can recharge. I highly recommend anything you can recharge rather than getting batteries. It's less battery packs on your head, less worrying about batteries going flat because they keep them on, and you can just charge them when you get home, or charge them in the cigarette port in the car or caravan site, or even a solar panel has a USB port. Shove them in there during the day when your solar panel's out. It's quite easy. Um, there's heaps more you can think of, like inflatable toys for floating down a river. Yeah, sunglasses, hats, good, good rush vest bathers with the long arms. If you don't, you're conscious of the sun. There's so many different things you could think of for kids, but they're the things I've used, and they've been quite successful. For the dads, I think dads are hard to buy for because they already know what they want. They always think they're always probably looking on Marketplace or websites. They know what they want. And getting a gift voucher in some circumstances is a good idea. But if you feel like a bit of a stocking filler and you're going to be taking your kids out camping, or your partner or whoever's going to take your kids out camping, good thing to buy them is possibly a first aid kit for the car for going away. I find having a first aid kit is the handiest thing to have. It's the thing you don't think about until you need it. I've got the survival first aid one, and it's been used a number amount of times, and it's been very, very handy. So it's that thing you forget about. That's the thing you can get. Floor mats for your car. You can get the muck mat for when you go away. There's like a fake synthetic grass mat for your front door, the tent, whether it be for the loo or even changing your shoes in the car. That's really, really good handy one that I've had. That's probably one of my favourite investments because it's less sand and shit in the tent or camper when you're going away. A good camp chair. I recommend getting a Oz Tent King Goanna chair. I'll put a list of things that I recommend on my socials for you, and even maybe on the end of this podcast to put a list of the things I recommend. That was probably one of the handiest things and best investments I had, because having a comfy camping chair when you're away is the best. It's about $100. You can find them easy. Some people get them free with tents and put them on Marketplace for $60. That's where I found mine. And, take them to the camping shop and throw them in some chairs and see which one he likes, because everyone's different shape, size, and model. So, yeah, go test a few out. Even get a 3-seater couch. I got the 2-seater, but I do recommend the 3-seater. Yes, it's a bit bulkier, but it's cool if you want to go camping partners. You sort of sit on the same tent, sit on the same chair, bring one chair. You got room between the two of you to stretch your legs, put your food on, have a coffee. It's pretty cool. The Oz Trail ones are really good for that. Not too expensive. I think they're about $100 to $130. So, if you're going to buy 2 chairs and you want one, that's a good one to have. Probably going back, and another one I recommend is Fire to Fork. He's got his recipe book from a couple of years ago, which was a major success for him. Harry Fisher, he's on YouTube. I'll put a link up for him. He's probably someone I've followed since I started camping. I bring his book with me, and I've actually cooked most of his meals at home and out on the road, which has been awesome, and friends and family have loved it. But he's got a new one now called Fire to Fork, and that's going to be available on his website, firetofork.net, but also at BCF, Tent World, and a few other outlets that sell outdoor equipment. But you can easily find it on the internet if you Google it. Harry Fisher Fire to Fork. Highly recommend that. I've got one on order. I'm looking forward to seeing it when it comes in and getting some recipes off that, because nothing beats a bit of a camp cook when you got time to do so. So I do recommend that one for sure. And for the mums, for you husbands or partners or whoever out there want to buy for your significant other female, I've come up with a few good ideas. Is a good camp cup for coffee and wine. You can find heaps of Yeti ones sell good camp cups for putting wine in, for coffee in. Looks nice, insulated, a little bit, functional, but also aesthetically looking pleasing and a bit more like creature comforts for home. Blankets, something nice to put around, sit on around the fire and put the blanket on around the legs, around the body. Even an electric blanket, there's heaps of them out there too. But a blanket or something you get, like a hot water, not a hot water bottle, but like a heat pack that you can carry, especially if you're camping in winter or really windy conditions. You want to keep them warm and you want to keep your partner really comfortable and warm, and try and keep them happy in all conditions, including yourself, depending how you are. And also, there's BCF, so like an electric repellent module. I'm just going to look it up now. It's a unit that you can buy. It's about $100, and it helps you. You charge it up, and it helps you keep away the bugs electronically for about 6 meters away from your tent or wherever you're sitting. And it's really handy. I've seen it being used before. I actually want to buy one, but I haven't had 100% use. It's called, there we are. Sorry for the delay. It's called the Thermacell Mosquito Repeller CEX90. They're about $100. Comes with a filler. You turn it on and it keeps all the bugs away from you. I'm going to buy one soon. In stock, $100, and the same thing was on definitely recommend that, because bugs this summer is going to be a muggy one. If you're in Melbourne, it feels like Queensland the last couple of weeks, so I do recommend that. And the same for another thing, a good camping chair. Same again. You want to be comfortable, so does your partner. So get them a good camping chair. It's probably one of the best investments to have a good camping chair. A few pockets to put your books, your drink, or whatever in there. Highly recommend that. So yeah, that's a few Christmas gift ideas that I was thinking of. Happy to hear what you've done for Christmas. If I haven't done it yet, get onto it, because a lot of people are running stock. You look at Woolies these days; the shelves are empty because they can't pay their workers enough to fulfill their jobs. So yeah, hopefully they get back on the road, because if everybody else starts doing it, you'll be in a frantic season. It's the 2nd of December today, so get your boogie on, get a move on, and have some ideas to get out there and buy some gifts. So I hope that helps. And yeah, we'll be back in the next couple of weeks. Sorry for the delay again. It's been a bit busy, but I've been enjoying doing these on a Monday night. It's a bit more relaxing, got a bit more ideas, and people tend to enjoy listening to it on the car to and from work or at the gym a bit more during the week than the start of the weekend. So I think I'm going to keep it this day that I release my episodes. So appreciate your time. Thank you for listening. And yeah, look forward to hearing from you guys soon. Have a good night, day, wherever you go.